Not good, people. Not good at all. Welcome to Recaps, a show by Chirpin DMV. This is episode 6 of us reviewing the Capitals games. This one we'll be reviewing their game with the Rangers and the game with the Flyers on Super Bowl Sunday. And like I said in the intro, it's not good. So starting with game 1, they're playing the Rangers. Connor Sherry's out. I don't even know what happened to him. I didn't look it up. Someone's injured on every line pretty much. It's a joke. Like, I don't care anymore. Just you're playing an AHL team basically. Just make the best of it. Early on in the game, Ovi almost scores on a good chance, but then the Rangers score on a deflection again. I feel like every goal that's scored first against the Capitals is a deflection this year. I don't know what to say. It's kind of hard to stop those, I'm pretty sure. So whatever. 1-0 Rangers. We'll get back into this. Early on, Caps get into some penalty trouble. They're able to kill it off. Something of note is Mika Zibanejad needs to chop that lettuce. It is not a look by any stretch of the imagination. People who call that flow should, by the way, stop saying flow. It's not 2013 anymore. But anyways, people who call that flow are idiots. Like, that's just terrible looking hair. It's way too long. The Rags are up 9-1 in shots, like 8 minutes in. Good hot start, guys. Capitals go to the power play. Wilson and Lemieux are kind of beaking. Nothing will come of that, and nothing will come of the power play. Right on. Near the end of the first, Wilson schmucks did Giuseppe. Sounds like that pizza company. I forget what it's called. Did Giuseppe's? I think it's Giuseppe's. Anyways, he smokes him. Period ends. Kind of a nothing period for the Caps. Second period starts. Hathaway takes kind of a weak tripping call. I'm not sure if I would call that if I were the ref, but I'm also not a ref, so there's that. During the happy hour before this game, I went out of my way to insult Anthony Bitetto for some reason, just because no one really knows who he is. And this guy decides to respond by walking around the entire team and putting in one of the weakest backhand shots I've ever seen. How is no one stopping this guy? It's Anthony Bitetto. I don't care. You gotta stop this third pairing defenseman from rushing through your whole team like he's McDavid on a rush. It's a joke. And the shot, like I said, was just a complete muffin. Like, Vitek's gotta have that at least. Like, last line of defense is not a block of Swiss cheese in my books. There's some more penalties being given out to both teams. A lot of special teams action in this game. Stay rested. Then Zibanejad almost scores the exact same goal as his 5th goal of the game last year when he scored 5 against the Caps, including the OT winner. That's a fun memory. Anyways, he almost scores that, but Dilly, my best friend, just swats that away, says, no thanks, we're not doing that again. Love that from him. Then, after a failed power play, the Capitals score, and who is it? It's Carl Hagelin. This guy was owed one. I kind of insulted him last time. He must watch. So he responded with one of the worst goals I've ever seen, but we'll take it. I think it went off his leg. Sweet. What a snipe. Also exactly what the team needed after a momentum-killing power play where they did not score again. Then there's just a complete and utter defensive breakdown, and the Rangers come down and bury a pretty nice passing play, honestly. Not much Vitek can do. It was nice. It was a nice goal there. I said it. Then, after about 687 chances, Ovechkin decides to just bury it. Vintage Ovi just collects it off a Backstrom faceoff, then just rips it past the Rangers goalie. Adds another goalie to his victim list. Just check that off. It's just Sturkin. After that, they're buzzing, but then Dilly, my best friend, kind of takes a brutal knee-on-knee penalty. I'm surprised nothing else came of it. He stuck his knee out pretty bad. Like, I think even he would admit it. And then, surprisingly, there was an embellishment call on the Rangers. Pretty tough to call that. I'm surprised they did. I'm not mad about it, obviously. I was just surprised at the call. And then, obviously, nothing comes of that for the Caps. The Rangers bury an empty netter. They win the game. That was a tough watch. We were insulting the Rangers pretty much the entire happy hour about how bad they are. Bobcat especially. This guy hates them. Like, literally just hates the team, the franchise. And they just made the Caps look terrible. Probably the worst game of the year, I would say. Nothing good came out of it except for a nice Ovi snipe. Him and Backstrom are just gut-punching Father Time every year. Just, they look like they're getting better. I don't get it. Not like Ovi's playing lights out, but if this guy's scoring at will, like, that's a pretty elite player, I think. I don't know. Is that the object of the game? Anyways, Capital lose 4-2. We're on to the next one. We got the Flyers on Super Bowl Sunday. Since this game was on Super Bowl Sunday, it started at like 12. I wasn't awake for the first period, which is just brutal, but I wasn't. Those are the facts. But I watched the game highlights, so I'm all caught up. Don't worry. The Caps are wearing those unreal thirds again. I'm seeing people start to come down from the high and not like them that much. You're crazy. They look sick. That logo is unreal. Out of nowhere, Oshie and Vrana are out. What? Like, what's happening? Like, is someone just beating these guys up at night? Is it Wayne Gretzky? I've heard rumors that this guy's trying to stop Ovi from catching him. I don't know. You didn't hear from me. But the Tiger's back. People love when I call him the Tiger. Lars Eller is the Tiger. He's back in the lineup. Love having him back. Still no Kuznetsov or Samsonov, obviously. But as of now, everyone is off the COVID list, and Verana got added to it, so I guess that's what he had. But anyways, they're all off now, moving forward. Anyways, back to the game. Ovi has an unreal start to the game. Like, remember when I said he was gut punching Father Time? This time he's curb stomping Father Time. This guy comes in on the power play, gets a pass from who else but Nick Backstrom. One-on-one with the goalie, just unloads it past him. Like, what are you gonna do? He's gonna put it past you. That's just what he does. He snipes. Caps go up 1-0 fairly early in the first period, and then vintage Ovi, this guy comes down on the left side. He's either doing two things when he's coming down there. He's either coming up, stopping and shooting it cross ice to somebody, or he's coming down and he's putting it through his own legs, and he does that on Philip Myers. Makes him look like a complete pee-wee hockey player. Puts it through him and then just feeds it over to Wilson. Backstrom is covered by like 3 guys, so Ovi sees that Wilson's coming in, feeds it over to him. Willie scores. We're up 2-0 in the first period. Things are looking pretty good, but obviously they will not remain that good. Flyers score a garbage goal with a scramble in front. I call a lot of other teams' goals garbage, but like this one was not good. It like shot from like the goal line, went off the crossbar. Then Scott Laughton's just there to clean up the garbage, wide open net. Like, sick. That's a nice goal. Then early in the second period, Flyers come down, kind of lose possession. There's a battle in the corner, but then it squirts out to Laughton, who just shoots it from the goal line and it goes in. Okay, sweet, tied game. But then, not too long after, Ovi responds with a goal of his own from the actual blue line. Like, he was on the blue line. He had like 9 shots on this shift before. The guy was just working, just putting everything on net. And eventually he shot it from, again, the actual blue line. And it went along the ice, no deflection, and in. This guy's got 2 goals and an assist already in the second period. Tom Brady's the GOAT, but like, Ovi's got to be pretty close on Super Bowl Sundays. I think he's like second in NHL scoring on Super Bowl Sundays. So yeah, he's climbing the ranks. Then Dowd takes a penalty not too long after. The Caps kill it off, but like 5 seconds later, Robert Hagg is completely alone and he unloads this past Vanacek. Like, obviously it's a one-on-one, you'd like Vanacek to have that, but that was a bomb. And same with Ovi's. Like, you'd think Hart could stop that, but it was a bomb. It just went right past him. What can you do? The craziest thing about this game is that the Caps halfway through are actually out shooting an opponent. It was 25-12, which never happens. They get outshot every game. So I actually thought, hey, they're probably going to win this game. Why wouldn't they? They usually win when they're not out shooting teams, and now they're out shooting teams. So here we go. We got a win coming. I'm sure of it. Then JVR collects a puck, comes in down the wing and just snipes it far side on Vanacek. I know the puck was on edge. It's kind of hard to read, but JVR literally shot it from like the bottom of the hash mark. You got to work on your angles a little bit there. And I know JVR is having a hell of a season out of complete left field, but still, I'd like a save there from Vanacek. That's all I'm going to say. And obviously, Laviolette agrees with me because he yanks Vanacek and throws Craig Anderson in for his first game as a Cap. I actually don't mind Anderson. I think he's a decent goalie to have in the system. Probably not the number 2 on the team that I would want, but when Samsonov comes back, I think everything will be back to normal. And then a little later on, there's a gross play with the top line again. I think they scored every goal this game. Wilson feeds it over to Ovi, who one time passes it to Backstrom. He does a little spin move and shoots it on his backhand in. This guy's been buzzing this year. This whole line's buzzing tonight. I love it. Sick goal. Caps are back in this one. Let's go. Tom Wilson having a game. Guy's a goon, right? That's what I heard. 4 points. That's pretty bad, I guess. What a goon. Then Sean Katoothless buries it on a quick rebound. Couturier is actually a sick player. I dropped him in fantasy when he got injured because I couldn't put him on the IR. Makes me look silly, and the Flyers regain the lead. Then Char takes a 4-minute double minor for high sticking Couturier, probably knocking out some more teeth. This poor guy is literally just gums at this point. But the Caps get some momentum by killing that off, but then Scott Laughton buries a hat trick on a weak goal. Ovi kind of with a nothing shift, but I think he can be excused considering he put up 4 points today. Then Couturier makes me look even more foolish, buries the empty netter. Caps lose 7-4. What happened? They absolutely should have won this game. Things of note, this depleted lineup of the Capitals where they're missing like 6 players each game, it's catching up to them. They're not winning games where they're outplayed, and they're not winning games where they're outplaying other teams, so they need a healthy lineup if they want to get back in the race, because now they're in 3rd in the East, which is not a good place to be. I mean, they finally outshot an opponent and they still couldn't win. So obviously they need some help back in the lineup. Another thing to note, Vitek looked pretty human in this one. This guy's been lights out for a bit, but this one was not his best game. I still expect him to start next game. I think he'll look better, but this was not one of his better efforts. He was due for a bad one. Even saying that, not all the goals are really his fault, but some of them you'd like to have back. And that is now 3 regulation losses for the Capitals in a row after going, I think it was 9 to start the season without a regulation loss, so that's It's not good. That's not a good streak they're on there. They have a chance to turn around, but they have a million postponed games. Their game yesterday with the Flyers got postponed. Their next two with the Sabres are postponed, so who knows when they're back on the ice. Anything can happen. Anyways, that's it. I didn't even talk about it, but I got that new jersey. Looks pretty fresh. It's also fake. You hear this? You hear that? That's not what an NHL logo is supposed to sound like. Anyways, that'll be it for this one. Not a good few games for the Caps, but they'll be back. I'm still confident in this team. Ovi's buzzing, Wilson's buzzing, Backstrom's buzzing. I love John Carlson. Random, I just wanted to say it. But anyways, that'll be it for me. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for all the content we got coming out, as always. And I'm going to leave this National Sports parking lot now. So, peace.